Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of the most intriguing pieces of American currency, the United States of America 1979 quarter dollar. You may think that a quarter from 1979 is just a regular coin, but hold on to your hats because this coin has a fascinating backstory and could be worth much more than you expect. Stick around until the end to discover just how valuable this seemingly ordinary coin could be. Let's begin with a bit of history. The 1979 quarter dollar was minted at a time when America was experiencing significant change. The 1970s were a period of economic challenges and cultural shifts, with the country grappling with inflation, the end of the Vietnam War, and a growing interest in environmental movements. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint continued to produce quarters in large numbers, not knowing that some of those very coins would one day become highly sought after by collectors. The 1979 quarter was part of the well-known Washington Quarter series, which had been in circulation since 1932. These quarters were issued to honor George Washington, the first President of the United States, and they feature his likeness on the obverse, or front, side of the coin. The reverse side displays an eagle perched on a branch, symbolizing the strength and pride of the United States. It's a design that has stood the test of time, but what makes the 1979 quarter particularly interesting is the potential for a rare variation that can significantly increase its value. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1979 quarter dollar so special for collectors. While most of the quarters from this year were mass-produced and don't carry any significant premium, there are some key features that can make certain 1979 quarters worth a lot more than face value. In fact, collectors often search for these specific coins with great enthusiasm. First, let's discuss the most important factor: condition. Like many other coins, the value of the 1979 quarter is heavily influenced by its state of preservation. A coin that is in pristine, uncirculated condition is far more valuable than one that has been in circulation for years and shows significant signs of wear. The grading system used to determine a coin's condition ranges from good to mint state, with mint state being the highest possible grade. If you happen to come across a 1979 quarter in perfect condition, you might be in luck, but condition isn't the only factor that affects a coin's value. There are also rare minting errors that can make certain 1979 quarters extremely valuable. One of the most sought-after variations is the 1979 quarter with a double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing some parts of the design to appear doubled. These errors can be quite subtle, so it's important to carefully examine your quarters under magnification to spot the differences. If you find one of these double die 1979 quarters, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Another variation that collectors look for is the Type 2 1979 quarter. The U.S. Mint produced two different styles of quarters in 1979, the Standard, or Type 1, design, and a more refined, or Type 2, design. The difference lies in the size of the lettering on the coin, with the Type 2 quarter having slightly smaller and more compact letters. Though both types were produced in large numbers, the Type 2 variety is considered to be rarer, and if you find one in excellent condition, it can fetch a higher price in the collector's market. Now, let's talk numbers. If you've ever wondered just how much a 1979 quarter could be worth, especially if it's in top-notch condition or features one of the rare minting errors, you'll be amazed at the potential value. A standard 1979 quarter is worth just 25 cents, but a rare, uncirculated example or one with a double die error can be worth far more. In fact, the most valuable 1979 quarters have been known to sell for as much as $61,000, yes, you heard that right, $61,000 for a single 1979 quarter dollar. That's not an exaggeration. There have been rare sales of these coins at auctions, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for the right find. So, if you have a collection of coins or if you've stumbled across a 1979 quarter, make sure to give it a closer look. It could be worth far more than you think. Before we wrap up, Here's a pro tip for all you coin hunters out there: when it comes to rare coins like the 1979 quarter, it's always a good idea to have them professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service. This will help determine the coin's true value and ensure that you get the most accurate price when it comes time to sell or trade. Top 2, we have a special treat for you. We're going to take a deep dive into one of the most sought-after coins from the United States, the 1974 quarter dollar. You might think of a quarter as just another small piece of currency, but today, we're going to show you why the 1974 quarter dollar could be worth far more than you might expect. Stick around until the end to find out how much this seemingly regular coin could be worth today. Let's start with a little bit of history. The 1974 quarter dollar was minted at a time when the U.S. was facing significant political and economic changes. The 1970s were marked by inflation, rising oil prices, and a shifting political landscape in the country. Despite these turbulent times, the U.S. Mint continued to produce millions of coins for circulation, including the Washington quarter, which has been in production since 1932. The 1974 quarter continued this tradition, featuring the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse side and an eagle on the reverse side. Now, you might be wondering, why is a 1974 quarter dollar anything special? Well, while most of the coins minted that year are still just worth their face value, 25 cents, there are certain factors that can turn a seemingly ordinary 1974 quarter into a collector's dream. Let's dive into the details and uncover what makes this coin so unique. One of the most important aspects of any coin's value is its condition. As with any collectible, the state of the coin plays a huge role in determining its worth. Coins that have been heavily circulated tend to have worn-out details, scratches, and discoloration, making them worth much less than a coin that's in pristine condition. The 1974 quarter dollar is no exception. A coin that has been kept in excellent, uncirculated condition is far more valuable than one that has been tossed around in your pocket for decades. If you happen to come across a 1974 quarter in near-perfect condition, it's worth having it graded by a professional numismatist. The grading scale for coins ranges from good to mint state, with coins that fall into the higher categories, like mint state 65 or higher, being far more valuable than those in lower categories. An uncirculated 1974 quarter in top condition can fetch a good amount of money on the market, and this is where things start to get really interesting. But the value of the 1974 quarter doesn't stop there. There's something even more exciting that has collectors buzzing: minting errors. As with many other coins, a small percentage of 1974 quarters were minted with some unusual characteristics or flaws that make them even more desirable to collectors. These error coins can range from double strikes to misaligned dies, and finding one can be like striking gold in the world of numismatics. One of the most famous errors found in the 1974 quarter series is the double die variety. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing the design on the coin to appear doubled. In the case of the 1974 quarter, the doubling can sometimes be seen on Washington's hair, the date, and the lettering on the coin. These double die coins are incredibly rare and can significantly increase the value of the coin. Another minting error to keep an eye out for is the clipped planchet variety. This happens when the metal planchet used to make the coin is improperly cut, resulting in a coin with a portion of its edge missing. These types of errors are quite rare and highly sought after by collectors who are looking for unique and unusual pieces to add to their collections. So, how much could a 1974 quarter be worth? Well, as we've seen, the value depends on the condition and any potential minting errors the coin might have. A typical 1974 quarter in average condition might be worth just 25 cents, but if you've got one in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a value in the range of a few $100s. However, if you've got a 1974 quarter with one of the rare minting errors, the value skyrockets. In fact, the most valuable 1974 quarters can be worth an astonishing $67,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $67,000 for a single 1974 quarter. It might seem unbelievable, but these rare error coins have been sold at auction for such incredible amounts, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. If you've got a 1974 quarter with any of the features we've discussed today, it could be worth a small fortune. If you think you've found a rare 1974 quarter, it's a good idea to get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. This will help determine the coin's true value and give you an accurate idea of how much it might fetch in the market. Professional grading also ensures that your coin is properly preserved, which is crucial for maintaining its value over time. Before we wrap up, here's a fun tip for all of you coin hunters. When you're checking through your coin collection, be sure to look closely for any signs of minting errors. Even minor imperfections can increase the value of a coin dramatically. And who knows, you might just stumble upon the next big find. Top 3, we're diving into a fascinating chapter of U.S. coinage that you might not have thought much about before, the 1970 quarter dollar. At first glance, it may seem like just another regular coin, but we're here to tell you that this quarter might be hiding something valuable. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, you'll want to hear about the remarkable potential of the 1970 quarter dollar. Stick with us until the end, and you'll find out just how much this coin could really be worth today. The 1970 quarter dollar is part of the iconic Washington Quarter series, a coin that has represented American history and heritage since 1932. For decades, this coin has featured the bust of George Washington on the obverse, symbolizing his legacy as the first president of the United States. The reverse side has the image of an eagle, representing the strength and freedom of the U.S. But what makes the 1970 version stand out from the rest of the quarters is the unique story behind it. The 1970s were a period of change in the United States, with the country navigating through turbulent economic times and political shifts. Amid this chaos, the U.S. Mint continued its production of everyday coinage, including the 1970 quarter. Millions of these quarters were struck, circulating throughout the nation. And while most of them may be fairly common today, some rare and highly valuable specimens have become the holy grail for coin collectors. Now, you might wonder, why does the 1970 quarter have value? Well, there are a few key factors that contribute to its rarity and desirability among collectors. For most quarters minted in 1970, the value is only slightly higher than face value, just a few cents above 25 cents for a well-preserved coin. But there's more to the story. One major reason why the 1970 quarter could be worth much more than you expect is its condition. Like any collectible, the state of preservation plays a huge role in determining its market value. A coin that's been in circulation for decades tends to show wear and tear, faded details, scratches, and discoloration. On the other hand, a 1970 quarter that has been carefully preserved, ideally in mint condition, can be worth a small fortune. If you have one of these near-perfect, uncirculated coins, you're already looking at a higher value, especially if it has been well taken care of. But wait, there's more. The 1970 quarter dollar is also famous for its potential minting errors, imperfections that occurred during the production process. And these minting errors can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a rare gem. One of the most coveted error types for the 1970 quarter is the double die variety. What does that mean? Simply put, a double die occurs when a coin is struck more than once, causing parts of the design to appear slightly doubled. This could happen to the date, the lettering, or even the image of Washington. These double die coins are rare and highly sought after by collectors because they are not just ordinary coins, they are one of a kind, making them an exciting addition to any collection. Another error to look out for is the clipped planchet variety. When the metal blank used to strike a coin is improperly cut, it can result in a piece of the coin being missing. These clipped planchet quarters are unique and can be incredibly valuable, as they are perfect examples of how something went wrong during the minting process. A coin with a clip can have an irregular shape or a missing section on the edge, making it an especially rare find for those who are in the know. So, how much could your 1970 quarter dollar really be worth? While most of them are worth just a few dollars in decent condition, the rare coins with minting errors or in uncirculated, pristine condition can fetch astronomical prices. A well-maintained, error-free 1970 quarter may get you a few $100s, but if your coin happens to have one of those rare minting flaws, then you're in for a treat. You won't believe this, but some of the most valuable 1970 quarter dollars have been known to sell for as much as $69,000. Yes, you read that right, $69,000 for a single 1970 quarter. This jaw-dropping price tag reflects how rare and valuable error coins can be, especially when they are in perfect condition or have unique flaws that make them stand out. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these rare coins, and the bidding wars at auctions can drive prices up to incredible levels. If you're lucky enough to have a 1970 quarter with a double die or clipped planchet, you might just be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, what should you do if you think you found a 1970 quarter that might be worth a lot? First, examine it carefully. Look for any signs of wear or damage. If it's in excellent condition, it could be worth more than you think. And if you spot any minting errors, like a double die or a clipped edge, you'll definitely want to have the coin authenticated and graded by a professional service to confirm its value. For those of you with a collection of older coins, now is the time to go through them and look for those rare finds. You never know what you might discover in your coin jar or coin box. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious numismatist, the world of rare coins is full of exciting possibilities, and a 1970 quarter dollar might just be your next big score. Top 4. We are going to shine the spotlight on a coin that might not immediately catch your eye, but it has a fascinating story and can fetch a pretty impressive price if you know what to look for. We're talking about the United States of America 1983 quarter dollar. This coin may seem like just another regular quarter, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Stick around until the end, and you'll find out just how much this quarter could really be worth today. Let's start by setting the stage in 1983. The 1980s were a time of great change and evolution for the United States. Ronald Reagan had just been elected president, and the country was going through a period of economic recovery and growth. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins that would circulate across the nation, including the familiar Washington quarter. While most of the 1983 quarters were produced in large quantities and circulated for everyday use, some special versions of this coin were minted, and those versions are where the value lies. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1983 quarter so valuable? Well, it's not the coin's design that sets it apart, although the classic image of George Washington on the front and the majestic eagle on the back are beautiful, timeless representations of American heritage. The true value of the 1983 quarter lies in its rarity, condition, and potential minting errors. Let's break that down to help you understand why some of these coins can be worth far more than their face value of 25 cents. As with all collectibles, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. If a coin has been heavily circulated, it will show wear and tear, scratches, faded details, and discoloration, reducing its worth. But if you happen to have a 1983 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're in luck. Coins that have been carefully preserved and have never been in circulation are much more valuable, as they are much rarer to find. A 1983 quarter that has been stored properly, free from scratches, nicks, and stains, will attract a much higher price on the market. But there's more to this coin than just its condition. Like many other coins, the 1983 quarter is known for its potential minting errors, small mistakes that occurred during the production process. These minting errors are what truly set some coins apart and make them worth far more than a typical quarter. So, let's take a look at some of the most exciting variations that could make your 1983 quarter worth a significant amount of money. One of the most famous errors found in 1983 quarters is the double die variety. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned or worn out, resulting in the design being doubled in certain areas of the coin. On a 1983 quarter, the doubling might appear on the date, the lettering, or even parts of George Washington's portrait. These double die errors are highly collectible, and collectors are willing to pay big money for coins that have them. If you find a 1983 quarter with clear doubling, make sure to have it professionally authenticated and graded. It could be worth far more than you think. another potential error to watch out for is the clipped planchet. This happens when a coin's metal planchet, the blank piece of metal used to strike the coin, is improperly cut, resulting in a coin with an irregular shape. A clipped planchet can cause part of the coin's design to be missing, or it can give the coin an unusual, distorted appearance. These clipped planchet coins are rare and highly sought after by collectors because they are a unique anomaly in the minting process. If you happen to come across a 1983 quarter with this type of error, you might just have a coin worth a significant amount of money. Now, let's get to the good part. How much could your 1983 quarter actually be worth? As you can imagine, the value depends on several factors, including its condition and whether it has any minting errors. Most 1983 quarters are worth just their face value of 25 cents, but if you've got a pristine, uncirculated version, or if your coin has one of the rare minting errors, the value jumps significantly. Some of the most valuable 1983 quarters have been known to sell for incredible amounts at auctions. If your coin has a minting error such as the double die or clipped planchet, you could be looking at a price tag that will make your jaw drop. In fact, certain 1983 quarters have sold for as much as $54,000, yes, you heard that right, $54,000 for a single 1983 quarter. This may sound unbelievable, but rare minting errors and coins in pristine condition have commanded such high prices in the collector's market. These coins are true treasures, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add them to their collections. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1983 quarter that could be worth a small fortune? First, check the condition of your coin. Is it in uncirculated, mint condition, or does it show signs of wear? Next, look carefully for any minting errors like a double die or clipped planchet. If you spot something unusual, it's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable numismatic service. Professional grading can help you determine its true value and ensure that your coin is properly protected and preserved. Before we wrap up, here's a quick tip for all you coin collectors out there: always keep your coins in a safe place, away from moisture and extreme conditions. A little bit of care and attention can go a long way in maintaining the value of your coins, and you never know what treasures you might find hidden in your collection. Top 5. We're diving into an exciting topic that might just change the way you look at your spare change. We're talking about the United States 1995 quarter dollar. At first glance, this coin may seem like just another piece of everyday currency, but believe it or not, it could be hiding a treasure worth much more than you expect. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much a 1995 quarter can really be worth. The United States 1995 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, a beloved and iconic coin that has been in circulation since 1932. It features the face of George Washington, America's first president, with the eagle on the reverse side representing the strength and freedom of the United States. While the design hasn't changed much over the years, the story behind each coin is what makes it unique, and the 1995 quarter is no exception. In 1995, the U.S. economy was experiencing a period of growth, and the country was adjusting to a rapidly changing global landscape. The U.S. Mint continued to produce these quarters as part of its regular coinage for daily use. But, as is often the case with coins, some rare and valuable specimens were produced, while others went unnoticed in circulation. And it's those rare specimens that have become the subject of great interest for coin collectors. So, why should you pay attention to the 1995 quarter? The key to its value lies in a few important factors: condition, rarity, and potential minting errors. Like most collectible coins, the state of preservation plays a major role in determining a coin's worth. A quarter that's been circulating for decades will likely show signs of wear, with faded details, scratches, and discoloration. However, a coin that has been carefully stored and remains in mint condition is far more desirable and can fetch a much higher price, but that's not the only thing that makes the 1995 quarter special. This particular year is known for some intriguing minting errors that can dramatically increase a coin's value. Minting errors are imperfections that occur during the coin production process, and they are often what separate ordinary coins from rare, valuable ones. If you happen to have a 1995 quarter with a minting error, you could be holding a coin worth a lot more than you think. One of the most common errors found in 1995 quarters is the double die variety. A double die occurs when the coin's design is struck more than once, resulting in the image appearing slightly doubled in certain areas. In the case of the 1995 quarter, this doubling may appear on the date, the lettering, or even on George Washington's portrait. Double die coins are highly prized by collectors because they are not just ordinary coins, they are unique, making them incredibly valuable. So, if you have a 1995 quarter with doubled lettering or a doubled date, your coin might just be worth a lot more than face value. Another minting error to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be cut off or misaligned. An off-center strike can give the coin a distinct look, with parts of the design missing or shifted. These coins are rare and often attract attention from collectors who specialize in minting errors, making them more valuable than their regular counterparts. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1995 quarter. As with most coins, the value of the 1995 quarter depends on its condition and whether it has any minting errors. Most 1995 quarters in average condition are worth just a few dollars, but if your coin is in uncirculated, mint condition, it can fetch a significantly higher price. The true excitement comes, however, when you find a rare error coin. If you have one of these error coins, especially a 1995 quarter with a double die or an off-center strike, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure. The value of these rare 1995 quarters can go through the roof at auctions and private sales, with prices reaching surprising amounts. And believe it or not, some 1995 quarters have been known to sell for as much as $57,000, yes, you heard that right, $57,000 for a single 1995 quarter. This incredible price tag is a testament to the rarity and desirability of coins with minting errors. If you happen to come across a 1995 quarter with a double die or any other minting error, don't just toss it into your pocket change jar. Take a closer look, because it could be worth a small fortune. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1995 quarter? First, carefully inspect the coin. Look for signs of wear and tear, and then check for any unusual features, such as doubled lettering or a shifted design. If you think your coin might be one of the rare error varieties, it's a good idea to have it professionally authenticated and graded by a trusted numismatic service. Professional grading can give you an accurate assessment of the coin's value and help ensure it's properly protected for years to come. If you've been collecting coins for a while, or if you're just starting out, remember that rare coins like the 1995 quarter are out there, waiting to be discovered. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on your change, especially if you know what to look for. And who knows, you might just find yourself holding a coin that's worth much more than you ever imagined. Thank you for watching today's video on the United States 1995 quarter dollar. We hope this information helps you spot a rare gem in your own collection or in your pocket change. Top 6 and last rare coin, we've got something very exciting to talk about, the United States quarter dollar from 1990. At first glance, this might seem like just another coin that doesn't stand out, but trust me, there's a lot more to it than you might think. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this 1990 quarter could be worth in today's market. Let's take a moment to set the scene. The year is 1990, and America is in the middle of a unique time. The economy is on an upswing, with technology advancing rapidly and new global opportunities opening up. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint was busy at work, producing the iconic Washington quarter as part of its regular coinage. While these coins were intended for everyday circulation, some rare varieties of the 1990 quarter were produced, and that's where the real treasure lies. So, why should the 1990 quarter catch your attention? For most people, the 1990 quarter is just another coin from the Washington quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. It features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, and on the reverse, there's the traditional eagle, symbols of American freedom and unity. But here's the twist, there are certain characteristics of the 1990 quarter that can make it worth a lot more than just 25 cents. The first and most important factor when it comes to valuing any coin is its condition. As with most collectibles, a coin in better condition will naturally have a higher value than one that has been heavily circulated. A 1990 quarter that has been passed through many hands, spent in vending machines, or tossed into the bottom of a pocket will likely show signs of wear and tear. The details of George Washington's image may be worn, the lettering might be faded, and the coin surface could have scratches or discoloration. However, if you happen to find a 1990 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, you've got yourself a real gem. Uncirculated coins have been carefully preserved and haven't been subjected to the wear and tear of regular circulation. These coins are rarer to find and therefore much more valuable. So, when you're looking through your collection or checking your spare change, keep an eye out for that shiny, brand new looking 1990 quarter. It could be worth significantly more than its face value, but condition alone doesn't tell the whole story. The real excitement comes and you start looking for minting errors, those fascinating little imperfections that can make a coin incredibly valuable. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin-making process. These errors are rare and often result in coins that have unusual characteristics. Collectors love these kinds of coins because they are unique, and some can fetch prices well beyond what you might expect. One of the most desirable errors that can be found in the 1990 quarter is a doubled die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing part of the design to be struck more than once. As a result, the image appears doubled, and the lettering or date can look blurry or duplicated. These types of errors are fascinating to collectors because they are completely unique and can't be replicated. If you happen to find a 1990 quarter with clear doubling, especially on the date or lettering, it could significantly increase the coin's value. Another minting error to look for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned with the minting die, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. An off-center strike can create a coin with an irregular shape, which can be highly sought after by collectors who specialize in error coins. These off-center quarters are much rarer to find and can command a high price, depending on how significant the misalignment is. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Just how much could your 1990 quarter be worth? Of course, the value depends on several factors, including the coin's condition, rarity, and whether it has any minting errors. Most 1990 quarters in average condition will be worth only their face value of 25 cents, but if you have a coin that is uncirculated or one with a rare minting error, its value could jump considerably. Some 1990 quarters with minting errors or in pristine condition have sold for incredible amounts. In fact, certain rare 1990 quarters have been known to sell for as much as $59,000, that's right, $59,000 for a single 1990 quarter. This staggering price is a testament to how much collectors value these rare and unique coins. If you happen to have a 1990 quarter that's in exceptional condition or has a rare error, you could be holding a treasure worth far more than you ever imagined. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1990 quarter? First, carefully examine your coin. Look for signs of wear and assess the quality of the details on the coin. If it looks brand new, chances are it's an uncirculated gem. Then, check for any minting errors. Look closely at the date, the lettering, and the design to see if you spot any doubling or off-center strikes. If you find something unusual, it's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded by a reputable numismatic service. A professional grade will ensure that your coin is authenticated and can help you determine its true value in the market. Before you go, here's a little advice: always handle your coins carefully. Store them in a safe place, away from moisture and extreme conditions, to preserve their quality and protect their value. And don't forget, just because a coin looks like a regular piece of currency doesn't mean it doesn't have a hidden value waiting to be discovered. Thank you so much for watching today's video on the United States 1990 quarter dollar. We hope this information helps you spot rare finds in your collection or your pocket change. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on more exciting coin discoveries in the future. Happy collecting, and remember, your next coin could be worth $59,000.